guys, welcome to Oui Chef. Today, a lovely authentic Italian dish loved by thousands. Okay, so I'm going to do my prep first. My prep, 2 bird's eye chilies, quite hot but very small. So I'm going to take the tops off, like so, put them to the side, and with 3-finger technique of chopping, going up and down, nice and easy. Some dishes you don't really want the chili seeds, but on this dish we do, to give that little bit of heat. Okay, next, garlic. Now to separate the garlic, apply some weight to the top, and it should fall apart like that. Okay, again, with the knife, squash at the top, get rid of the skin. Peel the skin off, like so. Again, if it's being a bit stubborn. Okay, same technique as a chili, clear the board, 3 fingers, up and down. Okay, we have our nice garlic chopped, ready to go in the dish. Okay, tomatoes. Great thing about these tomatoes, they offer lots and lots of sweetness. Another thing of this dish, it offers so many different flavours with such a simple and tasty dish. So I'm just going to chop these in half. We need a few more, because as well the tomatoes will fry and release a lot of that lovely sweet flavour. So that's probably enough chilies, enough garlic and enough tomato. Okay, so now on to our wet food. Okay, so we have anchovy fillets. We need about 3. So we're going to get in there. Again, the same technique as chopping, 3 fingers, up and down. You can kind of chop them however fine you want. There we go, prepped on the side, ready to go. Capers, lovely fresh capers. Here we go, on the board. Not many, depending on how salty it is, because obviously it's in brine, it's quite salty, you don't want to overpower the dish. So, and again with this, you want to keep all the flavour, so you don't want to chop them too fine. That should be plenty. And finally, we're going to go half with the tuna. You can either have tuna in sunflower oil, olive oil, or just spring water. We're going to get a bit on our plate, like that. So with the tuna, the kind of main component of the dish, we're going to cook some, and then we're going to add some fresh at the end. Okay, so that is all of the prep, and here's what it should look like. So now we're back, we're actually going to cook the prep that we did before. Okay, so we have some spaghetti, that's boiling. One key thing with pasta dishes, you need to season the water, so lots of salt. That should add with the starch and thicken up the dish when I add it later. So I've got a nice hot pan, I should feel that heat coming now. Olive oil. Going to be quite generous in the pan. We want our garlic in. You should hear that straight away. You want that heat. One thing that could go wrong here is for the garlic to burn, so we've got to keep it moving. You can even take it off the heat if you see it burning, but in this case it should be alright. So we can add chilies in. Next, our tomatoes. This might spit a little bit, so be careful. The water content's quite high. So in. I hear that, and you can immediately smell the garlic, the chilies, and the tomatoes coming together. So now we're going to simmer these a little bit. Our spaghetti should be about done now. 9 or 10 minutes to dry pasta to cook. So again, I got all my prep right here ready. So we're going to leave that again. One thing I love about this dish, like we said last time, the amount of flavours that go into the dish make it what it is. I cook this dish all the time. It takes 10 minutes altogether. So simple. So I'm going to add my capers. I like my capers, so I'm going to go quite heavy. You don't have to. I'm going to add my anchovies. You should fried lovely. Anchovies in. For the rocket, I know the rocket will wilt because of the heat, but I'm going to add some fresh rocket towards the end. Some tongs. And lastly, some of our tuna. So tuna goes in. Now you can see the importance of adding the olive oil. Stops it from drying out. So right now, if you can smell that, it smells lovely. You smell the garlic, the tomato, the rocket coming with a bit of pepper. Okay, pasta ready. All our prep in. I might add a few tomatoes. You can see them wilting down quite nicely. Now I reckon it's about time to add our pasta. So peritong, bring it off the heat for a second, get a big, there we go, and add that in. You want to spin at the end. Don't be afraid of adding that starchy water because that's going to thicken up. That's the secret of this dish. So add that in. Lovely. So now back on the heat. Flip that. Add that back in. Escape there. Okay, now you hear it gone down in temperature. Now you want to bring it back up to temperature. Spin that around. I'm going to add the juice of a lemon. Put your hand over so you don't get any of the pips. And in. That's just freshen it up completely. And another great thing about this dish, it's so light. A lot of pasta dishes, it's heavy, you feel bloated because of the starch. This is perfect. Bit of that pasta water. And finally, like I said earlier, that fresh tuna. Quite a lot in there. There we go. Finally, some fresh rocket as well. Get a lot of that in there. That's looking lovely already. Now that is probably... Oh, that looks lovely. Okay, now that is probably a cook. So now you can garnish. Now let me bring it back over to the start. Watch the pan, it could be hot. Okay, so now we're going to move on to my favourite part, the garnish. So we have our lovely, lovely dish here in the pan. And it's seasoned very lightly with salt, pepper. Oh, that looks incredible. Okay, so now we're going to garnish onto our plate. With the tongs like that. In and spin. In, and you want to spin away from you. Oh, that looks lovely. One more, and we move over to the spoon to get the tomatoes, the tuna, all that kind of stuff. There we go, so now I'm going to move from the tongs to the spoon. And after this, we're going to clean the side of the plate so it looks nice. I'm going to garnish, like I said earlier, with some fresh rocket, just to give it some life. Not too much, you might overcrowd it, you want to see the tomatoes, that kind of stuff. Blue roll on me. Lemon, key, brings this dish back up, and a zest, a little bit on top, with some juice. And there we have it. So now we taste. All our ingredients in, cooked, lovely. Now we have my very special friend Sam to come and taste it with me. Come on, Sam. Do you mind if I go first? Go right ahead. Okay, let's go. Want a bit of everything on peppery, the rocket, you get everything. Really, really good. The sweetness from tomatoes. Because when we fried the tomatoes, released all their juices, and that kind of spread around the dish when we mix it in. I'm going to go for another. Okay, so this takes 10 minutes, guys. This should be super, super easy.